welcome back to my YouTube channel. A lot more people are now following me. They probably don't know what I sound like, what my life is about, like what I do. So I decided to create this video. I do have a bunch of questions I've written down that people have asked me. So I'm gonna answer those in a moment. There's going to be more to come regarding relationships, pageantry, modeling, my travel, the difference between living in the Philippines, Bali, and Australia. So I'll do a separate video on that. I'll do a separate video on my makeup Q&A or my styling Q&A, my hair Q&A. I'll let you guys in on it when it does happen. But to keep up to date with all of my life stuff, make sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up. That was so weird for me to do because I haven't done that in so long. But let's get to the questions. Question number 1. What is my name? My name is Kathleen Joy Paton. I have actually a longer name, which is Kathleen Joy Sinag Paton. In the Philippines, they make you have your mother's last name as your middle name. Question number 2. How old am I? So I'm actually 26 years old. I was born on June 8th. 1997. Fun fact, I actually share a birthday with Kanye West. Someone actually asked me on Instagram, it's at Cairo Nurse, asked, what is your nationality? My mum is Filipino and my dad is Australian. So that makes me mixed. At West Brisbane Recommends asked, your accent is so interesting. Where is it from? A little bit of a background on my accent. Obviously, I don't sound fully Australian. I was born and raised in the Philippines in a small island called Boracay. I lived in the Philippines for the first 9 years of my life. And then I moved to Australia. I actually didn't know how to speak English. Like for example, when I would be in school, sometimes I would speak to the teacher in my dialect. They were like, what? Or my accent was just really strong that they were like, what are you saying, girl? And then for about 11 years, I stayed in Australia and then I moved back again to the Philippines. So my accent is kind of all over the place. But the funny thing about my accent is it made me feel really insecure about who I am. It always made me feel like I never really belonged anywhere. If I stayed in Australia, I sounded too American, or when I would move to the Philippines, I was never Filipino enough because of my accent. Like there was just that Australian twang. Now, I fully embraced who I am. Like I love my accent. It's definitely a topic of conversation when I meet people. They're like, oh, you don't sound Australian. Where are you from? Honestly, very grateful and thankful to be half Filipino, half Australian. At Rhoda Dib asked, will you return to Bali anytime soon? So for context, I lived in Bali for about 6 months in 2023. I exclusively modeled there. Rhoda, I actually worked with her in one of her brand called Solsona Swim. It's like a modest swimwear brand. I love that job. It's one of my favorites ever. To answer that question, I don't think I'm going to Bali anytime soon. The standard of living in Sydney is really expensive. I might just stay here for a while and try and save money. I did really love it there and I would love to go back sometime soon. Question number 6 comes from my favorite chef at Dom Tropical. Dom asks, where was Cash born and what was life like for you growing up? I mentioned earlier, I was born in a little island in the Philippines called Boracay. I actually thought my upbringing was really fun. It was definitely something very different. I grew up climbing trees, hiking, being in mud all the time, having lots of animals around me like pigs, goats, chickens. Of course, it's a tropical country, so I grew up with lots of typhoons, rain, different weather, lots of beaches and beautiful sunsets and riding boats, having the most incredible local Filipino food. So it was an extremely adventurous upbringing. I would still say I'm quite an adventurous person now. I love traveling, hiking, beach. I feel really at peace and happy when I'm surrounded by nature. So it definitely carried over to who I am as a person. Ooh. Also, Dom asked another question. Her second question was, what is your life dream? Do you want to get married soon and have a family? First of all, I've only just got into a relationship, but who's to say we're not gonna get married soon? Nah, just joking. This question is hard because back in the day when I was really young, all I ever wanted was to get married and have kids. Like I wanted to be a MILF so bad, and I wanted to have children at like 22 years old so that when I'm 40 years old, My kids would be 18, we'd be best friends, but obviously I'm 26 now. Life did not go as planned, which is fine. My dream is to have my own business, and for that business to be successful. It'll either be in clothing or something else. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm actually in the process of creating a business. No plan of having a family anytime soon. I don't think I'm ready for that. Plus, I want to be able to be a little bit more selfish and have time for myself as well as have time for my partner. I would love to be able to have that time for us first and be able to travel the world together before little Kathleens come along, you know. One last thing from Dom, she said, can you sing please? Can you sing please? Please, please, please. She always asks me to sing. I can sing a little bit, but I don't know. I get nervous doing it, but I will sing a little bit. Here we go. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotion had an echo in so much space. Ooh, possibly. Next question from @Hadi asked, what's your favorite perfume and why? Okay. So my favorite perfume is the only one I'm wearing. Oh no, it's one of the two I'm wearing at the moment, but it's something I've always gone back to. It's something I've worn many years ago, and then I stopped using it because I wanted to try something else. But I recently got it as a gift from my mum, and it's the Giorgio Armani C. I personally think it's like a perfect mix of sweet and like musky almost, maybe. I'm gonna get it actually so I can smell it again. Okay, this is the perfume, the Giorgio Armani C. Yeah, I feel like, I don't even know what it smells like. It just smells so nice. Trust me, you need to try this perfume, and I just feel like it's perfect for daytime as well as nighttime. It's just the perfect mix of flavor and smell and fragrance. I just love it so much. But I feel like perfume nowadays is just so expensive, so I'm just gonna wait until I really find the one that's perfect for me, because I am really picky with perfumes. I literally cannot have anyone buy me perfume. If you give it to me and I don't like the smell, low chance I will like it ever. Like, it's a very low chance I will wear it. And but this one, it's incredible. I love it. It's just Cards Collector's Choice. He asked, what is your favorite hobby? I think my favorite hobby is definitely some sort of physical activity. I love trying out sports in general, trying out new sports that I've never tried out before. The next activity I really want to learn and try out is pickleball. Padel, I think is the other word for it. I would really love to try that. It's like a mix of tennis, squash, table tennis. I've seen a lot of people try it in the Philippines and in Bali. It just looks so fun, so fun. And I can just imagine meeting a lot of really nice and competitive people. I'm a very competitive person. I would just love to be part of that community where we're all competing against each other but also making friends. Yeah, I love that aspect of it. Bernice Ellen, when did you start pageantry and modeling? So I actually started pageantry in Australia at the age of 19, I think. I did like a pageant in Melbourne. I didn't actually win there. I came first runner up, but the organization was like, there is another pageant we'd love to send you to, and it's in Thailand. It's called Miss Teen International, and I was able to represent the Philippines there despite starting in Australia. Luckily for me, I won. Around 10 months later, I decided to join Miss Manila. 3 years later, I tried Miss World Philippines. I won Miss Eco Philippines, won Miss Eco International. Yeah, that's pretty much the history of my pageantry. I started modeling around when I did Miss Manila. Pageantry and modeling kind of goes hand in hand just because you do a lot of photo shoots for the pageant. Naturally, you do get the gist of modeling. It's been about 6 years since I've done like modeling and pageantry, and I love it. I'm gonna answer a few more chill questions, such as what is my favorite color? So my favorite color is blue or light blue or any kind of shades of blue. It just gives me a lot of happiness because it reminds me of the ocean or water, and it gives me a lot of peace. What's your favorite food and drink? My favorite food and drink is pizza and Coke Zero. You will win me if you give me those. One of the questions I want people to know is like if I'm an introvert or an extrovert. I actually lean more towards being an introvert. I love being in my own space. I'm so happy when I'm in my own space. I will stay at home for as long as I can. I get really drained when I'm in a big social situation. When one-on-one with a person, I'm so happy with that. Like, it makes me happy. 4 or more people, I get really stressed. I feel like I just have to exert so much effort and I get really tired. So as soon as I get home, I feel like I'm exhausted. So I think I lean more towards an introvert, but I guess it depends who I'm with. I'm not sure if I have any other questions. So that is it, guys, for this Q&A. I hope you got to know me a little bit more. I will do more of these in the future. If you have any more questions about who I am, what I do, send me a DM on Instagram, or I'll do like a Q&A and you can put your questions there, or you can just comment it down below and I'll check the comments. But in the future, I will be doing more Q&As regarding skincare, makeup, my travels with Philippines, Bali, and Australia. I'll definitely do a Q&A regarding pageantry, like for example tips or just like advice or something. I feel like I can do that now because of my history. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something about me. I can't wait to see you in my next video.